You're listening to the Whoa Podcast
with Laura
and Lenina, where we talk about what's on your mind
right now. Lenina's ill.
I'm sick.
She's like Darth Vader. Are you with us, Lenina?
I am.
Okay.
We can open this podcast with a cough. Like that.
Like the way I was vomiting before at the thought of someone's terrible microphone skills on a video online, because I really hate that.
I'm rolling my eyes.
So I have a problem with people making videos that are substandard. I think it's terrible. I think if you're going to make videos, they have to be good.
I think it's a crime, and it's should be punishable by by death. Whipping. No,
like
beheading.
No, video shaming.
Video shaming?
Like, you know
instead
how,
of slut shaming, video shaming.
No, like, you know how when, like, dogs do something wrong and then their owner, like, puts a sign on them that says, I pooped on the carpet, and then they take a picture of the doggy all sad. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I think
That's what we should do.
That was done to me before. I've pooped on the carpet.
You're ridiculous.
Sorry, this is how I get when
Just
I'm
so
sick.
you guys know, this podcast is just Lenina and I here in the studio.
What? That's how I
Talking
like
about
it when
whoa.
it's just me and you.
Just us here, we're going to be talking about fear, about being overwhelmed.
Yep.
We've all been dealing with, like, being overwhelmed, and I know for myself, I have, like, a lot of things going on, and I just came back from Italy, and, like, immediately after coming back, I was like, okay, I got to get back into all these things that I started before I left and I put on hold, which it was so great to put everything on hold. Like, it was amazing, and my mind was clear, and I brought my notebook with me so that I could write my feature film. And I didn't write anything, and I was like so mad because I'm like, oh, this notebook is so heavy, and it's in my bag and it's taking up space, and I shouldn't have brought it. Like, I should. But I was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's good that I'm not writing, because I'll just save it, and
You've got a very well-traveled notebook.
I do. My
very
notebook
impressive.
is worldly.
It's very worldly. Yeah, this is a topic that I think a lot of woes can relate to. It's like, has this ever been you? You're like, oh, I'm ambitious. I'm a leader, and I think I have a lot of greatness and potential in me, and I have all these things that I want to do. Overwhelmed. This is what I sound like when I'm overwhelmed.
You sound
nice
like...
and flat and monotone, like Daria. And
I love Daria.
And you're like, okay, there's all this stuff I want to get done, but I'm not where I want to be. I know that I'm supposed to be doing something greater than this. Like, there's a plan for me, and it's bigger than this, but how do I get there? Why am I not there? When am I going to get there?
And there's not enough hours
I
in the
need
day.
answers!
Not enough hours.
Yeah, not enough hours. So I'm sick because I'm trying to squeeze as many hours as possible in a day. And so I neglect myself, and my sleep suffers. And I'd like to say that, no, I'm going to turn over a new leaf, and I'm going to get my 8 hours, but I know myself. I like to socialize. I like to get out there. I'm dating, Okay, excuse me. I'm not actively dating, but I'm trying to.
She's virtually dating.
I just got another dating app. If anyone were ever to get a hold on my phone, they'd be like, yo, Lenina, you on all these dating apps? It's true.
Yeah. But I see how your personality is. Like, we're very similar in that way. We want to do as many things as possible, as quick as possible, and as well as we can. And so I think that's how I hurt my back, is doing video for so many years and saying, I'm a female and this camera's 40 pounds, but I can carry this camera too. Just because a guy can carry this camera, I can carry it. And putting all these things on my back. And not because I'm a woman did I become hurt from that, but I did too much.
Just to show, like, I can...
to prove.
Rise above that, what you think I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to really prove yourself.
That's a.
And then
You've been
so
carrying around that load for a long time.
And
Sis,
I carried so many things to prove myself
let me help
that
you
my back
unpack
is
that.
broken.
Yeah, literally, right? Your back is aching. Let me help you unpack some of that.
Yeah.
You can leave it right here. Just leave it right here because, Laura, you've already proved that you're the
It's all good.
Yeah, you know it. I know it.
Look, I'm not comfortable with compliments. We know this. So let's
I just
skip
rolled
ahead.
my eyes.
But-
Accept the compliment,
But
lady.
what I'm saying, I guess my long-winded way of saying,
Mhm.
I feel you, Lenina, because you are doing so much that you made yourself sick. And I have done the same thing. In trying to prove myself, I have rendered myself incapable of doing the very thing that I was proving that I could do in the first place. Maybe one day I can do it again. Maybe not. I hope I can.
You don't need to. You don't need. And break a nail, sis? No.
Oh my God.
But either way, I'm sick because I really love life. What can I say? I don't like to waste it sleeping.
Really? I love sleeping.
I love life. Like I
Oh my
really
God.
enjoy it. And people and the food. All of that. It's like there is nothing better to me. Like, oh man.
You eat more food than any fat person that I know. Seriously.
I eat a lot. I eat so much.
You eat
man.
really good food and like I'm not talking
love
healthy,
it.
like really delicious, like
Yeah.
fatty, like bad for you food, and you have like an awesome figure, and I don't freaking
thank you.
get it, and it's not fair.
Do you know what I did yesterday after work?
What did you
right
do?
after Pilates class, I went to my local Starbucks. I sat down and devoured a tall chai latte, no water, and I told them to use half and half. And then
I'm
on
so
the
jealous
side,
right now.
I had a chocolate chip muffin, but it had this molten caramel in the middle,
You see,
and I had them warm it up, and that's what I had after Pilates.
and tell them what you do when you go to Blink near Grand Central.
Okay.
What do you eat
and
after?
So when I go to the Blink, I go to Shake Shack and I have a Shack Tack. I'm kidding.
She really
Shack
does
burger.
though.
No, I was kidding about the Shack Attack. I'm serious about the Shack burger.
It's not fair.
Well done. Lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, tomatoes.
More tomatoes.
More tomatoes, more onions and pickles.
You see, I think it's, I don't know.
I'm salivating.
Is this like, you sound like the sweaty balls lady.
Sure.
And you got really close to the mic too, and you were talking really low, like.
Because I don't want you to miss anything. This is why I have to get real close to your ear and like talk like this, real seductive.
Yeah. I don't know how she does it, but then again, I've seen her whole family, and they're all very thin and have great figures. So
Oh, thank you.
let's call it genetics. Shout out to the Mortimer family DNA. And thanks to my family for being Italian and with a little bit of a slower metabolism. We're struggling, but you know.
The struggle is real. A lot of people can relate to it. A lot.
I'm telling you, we eat the same thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I would say she eats more than I do.
Yeah, I pack it away. Especially if I'm PMSing, I will just
Yeah.
yum, and I won't stop. Actually, true story, I was on, I can't call it a date. It was like I was having drinks with an acquaintance who happened to be male. And very likable.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. And we ordered appetizers, and I was eating a wrap, and he said 2 sentences, and he took a break just to do whatever, to wipe his lips, and I had devoured this whole entire wrap. But the thing is, this is not big for me because I do this all the time. But he pointed it out. He's like, "Where's your wrap?" And this is like a burrito size, Chipotle size burrito, right? And he's like, "But it was just there. I saw it was just there." And I'm like, "I ate it. I eat
Yeah.
for sport."
So you're dating a lot. Is it, I guess you're not the one to say, oh, let me order a salad to be attractive.
Hell no. That, you know what's
I never
funny
did
thing?
that either.
I had to grow into that because there was a time where I was dating this guy, and he was a model and he wouldn't eat, and so I would feel uncomfortable eating around him, and so like maybe he'll get like 2 or 3 sushi rolls, but like I would do the same to match his pace, right? And I would leave hungry every single time.
I bet he was hungry too.
Well, he just didn't eat. He just didn't have an appetite. It's the strangest thing. I don't get people like that. It's like you need to have a freaking appetite. But he didn't eat, and so I didn't eat either by default. So now I'm an adult, and I don't do things like that anymore. And if I want to eat, I eat. Because it was also like, oh, well, if he's paying for it, then I don't want to eat more than him.
Oh.
But now it's to the point where it's like, oh, no, I'm going to eat. And if you don't want to pay for it, I'll pay for it. I don't give a damn. I'm hungry.
I'm getting a steak.
Yes, that's me. Like, no, I want the rack of lambs.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, if I can afford it for myself, then you should be more than happy to pay for it for me. Am I right? Can I get an amen, Woes?
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Ridiculous. Yeah. What else are we talking about? Oh, so Lenina is taking a class. Tell us about your class, Lenina.
Oh my God. I'm in B school. Marie Forleo. Bam. Right?
What is that?
That's one of her things that she does.
Who is that?
Marie Forleo is this genius business coach, right? And she has this online network. Online e-course, an 8-week e-course called B School. And she teaches entrepreneurs how to launch their startups. And she like takes you step by step, and it's very detailed. And she like one of the things that she really emphasizes in her program is the why. Why are you in business? Why are you doing this? And it really helped me to get to the why behind Women of Action. And like it helped me to say this. Women of Action is a network that teaches women in media how to create the career they love.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And that is what, so far, 1 week of Marie Forleo has taught me.
Good.
Which is, I'll take that back. I'm not only working with Marie Forleo B School, I'm also part of Student Dreams 30-day challenge. So it's a startup competition in which you go from idea to startup in 30 days. And it provides mentoring, and we speak with the creator, Nena, and she gives us feedback and saying, well, this is how you hone your pitch. This is how you hone your startup. This is the business model. Go, boom, do this. And so I'm doing all of this at one time.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I love it. I'm loving every minute of it. It's because I was doing it. I'm like, oh, I needed this clarity, you know?
Are they coinciding with each other?
Absolutely.
Really?
They started on the same day.
No, I mean like the lessons, are they kind of...
Yeah. I would say they're very similar lessons in like, okay, well, what's your business model? Who's your audience? What do you want to tell them? What's your why? And they both focus on that right off the bat.
What's your why, though?
My why is I want to create leaders. I want to help women to grow into their leadership and help them create a lane of their own. Mm-hmm. That's my why.
It's beautiful.
I want it to be a freaking movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of leaders walking around creating stuff, not asking for permission, just doing.
Right.
Just do it. Women of Action. Whoa. Whoa, fi.
Whoa, fi. We came up with that right after Lenina yelled at me about not asking for permission.
Okay, so this is how you're going to retell the story. Let's hear it.
No, I'm not retelling the story. I'm just saying Lenina motivated me by yelling at me. She said, if you want to post a video, then you're going to post the video and don't ask me. And if you want to post something on Facebook, then you post something on Facebook and don't ask me. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to be all up in the Women of Action, social media.
Okay.
You will be hearing
You've heard
from
it
me.
here, people.
You will be hearing from me.
All right.
Whether you like
I'm
it or not.
It's like, don't ask permission. Just do and apologize later. Like, that's one of my... It's becoming more and more my mantra. I think that started a while ago, where I was just, like, not asking permission for anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would step on a lot of toes, and, like, I piss off my family a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's, like, it was one of the things... I talk about my dad a lot. He's, like, he's really instrumental in my development, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
clearly,
yeah,
and literally,
yeah, right. And I was telling him about the podcast and what we're creating, and he's like, "Oh, really? You know, and you know, who'd you talk to about this? Who'd you ask about it?" And I'm like, "I'm not asking anybody permission. I'm just doing it."
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. I'm like, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
F that.
I would say I had a similar personality at one point, and then I think many years of working in corporate environment, in a corporate environment, have like, I don't know, it just like beat me down to the point of like not feeling confident in doing even one step of something without having to ask, because you may be really passionate about something and say, oh, I have this great idea to do something, and then you go do it, and then it's like, no, but this is not what we wanted, and then go back to square one and throw out everything you did. And it's like, do you just not get attached to what you're making, or do you ask permission for every step of the way so that you don't put too much into something for them to take it from you?
You gotta wash a corporate stink off of you. Like
Breaking the chains.
what Kanye said.
What
Take
did
30
Kanye
baths. When
What did Kanye say? Crazy?
Kanye went on Power 105 Breakfast Club and said, oh, he'd take 30 showers before Kim would even let him deal with him.
Because of that other
because
girl
of
he
Amber
dated?
Rose, yeah.
Okay.
Boo Kanye for saying that. But yeah, you gotta wash that corporate stink off you. 30 showers. That's the Kanye prescription. 30
Okay, let's all
showers.
take what he says as
as law, as Bible.
Oh man.
Church of Kanye.
Oh my God. Please,
Jesus.
Please no.
In the good book of Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my God. Someone like Kanye West, I would never take advice from. But I think in real life, everyone is always trying to give advice. Everyone is like, oh, I know what you should do. You may not even ask them for advice. Everyone's got advice. What was the saying? You told me a saying once about that.
About advice?
Yeah, taking advice.
Oh, man.
Advice is like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Oh, that one. That old adage, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a freaking opinion.
Yeah. So I think, like, not listening to people, like, I don't like saying what I'm working on until I'm sure of what I'm working on. You know what I mean? Or that I'm like a certain amount into what I'm planning on doing.
Of course,
because I feel like I get distracted by what people tell me. You know, they'll say,
That's
hey, you
really
should do
important.
this. What about that? And this person's doing this other thing, and you should do that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I get totally lost on what my original mission was. And so I try not to tell people what I'm working on.
I got it. I know you're not asking me for unsolicited advice, but here's what I have done in the past, right? Whenever I felt like, why are people being so pushy and think they can tell me what to do and blah, blah, blah. I sat down and I reflected. I'm like, okay, well, if this is happening to me, then you get what you put out. So am I doing this to someone else? It's like, like for a long time, like when I would tell my friends about my dating, and they were like, well, I think you should do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, you have too many opinions about my dating life. But then it's like, okay, well, I let them in. And where in my life am I exhibiting the same characteristic? Where am I making my friend's problem my own? Where is this showing up? And so it's like realizing this and like saying, okay, wait, I don't, it's okay if they express their opinion, You know, I don't have to share everything, and I don't have to take every single opinion, and I have to give myself time to figure out what I want.
Oh.
And that's been the key to not avoiding unsolicited opinions, because I get those all the time, but like not getting anxious or upset when someone gives me their opinion, because I've already made up my own mind.
Quieting the voices outside.
Right, exactly. And one way to quiet the voice is like to say, "Oh, thanks for that, but I need to make up my own mind. I haven't made my decision about this, or make up my mind about this." And it's okay to say.
And I think sometimes just sounding unsure about what I might be doing, also, it makes people think you're asking a question. You know what I mean? So having that like confidence in what you're saying, that you're saying it in a way that's powerful, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm definitely doing it this way, and not saying, I think I might, like in a passive kind of way where they feel like, oh, well, this person needs help and they need guidance, so let me give them guidance, you know? So I am personally working on that, trying to feel more confident in what I'm doing. And part of that is me taking more time for myself and thinking about the things that I'm working on before I put them out there. But having said that, what I'm working on.
Tell them what you're working on, Laura.
So I put out some newsletters about this already, and then I took a break from it. But I'm working on a TV pilot called CTV. It stands for Community TV.
Crip TV?
Not Crip TV. Community television.
C-Walk?
So the idea I have is like a New York City... Think like the show News Radio from back in the day. I don't know if you ever watched that show. That was my jam back then. I loved, or like Murphy Brown.
Yes.
Something like that, like the newsroom, but more fun than the newsroom because the newsroom looks boring.
HBO newsroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks kind of weird. But anyway, so like a local television station, terrible, like they don't know what they're doing, television. And I'm not even talking students, because students kind of know what they're doing because they have people leading them. These are people who have no idea what they're doing, but they just want to make a TV station to prove something.
But here's the thing about BCAT, right? So like on weekends at like 11 o'clock at night, they show these 40 and over parties.
Really?
And it's just literally a man with a camera like that's focused on 50-plussers dancing. Yeah. And so that is what I think of when I think community TV.
That's funny. That is a concept that is definitely like that.
And they've got like the soca music playing in the back, and they like you see these older people
that would
shuffling
fit into
around.
Their programming for sure.
Oh yeah,
like
okay.
That.
So then I'd like to pitch an idea to CTV. In your lineup, you should do one of those. I'm just saying.
But what the pilot is the people behind the scenes working for this station, and it's a fictional station, and it's dramatized to be really terrible and really corny and like old school and just as local as you can get in a way of being. Who cares about what you're doing? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to write
a show.
So yeah, I'm working on that, and I kind of got distracted because I went to this TV pilot writing class at the Pit NYC, People's Improv Theater. And it was a great class, and I enjoyed it. But he said, well, what about this story? He didn't say it directly to me, but he said, the story you want to tell, is it something you can tell in an hour and a half? Then it should be a movie. And so I got distracted by that. And I said, oh, well, a movie would be a lot easier to make because I'm only writing one script because I hate writing. I hate it. And so I wrote my pilot script, then I went to the class, and then I said, oh, well, I'm going to make it a movie. And then I didn't know what to do because I developed all these characters for, like, the long term, and I have, like, all in my mind what's going to happen to them. You can't put that into a movie. And so now I'm back on the track of going with my pilot.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm excited. and I have all the tools, like the knowledge I need from that class. Because I still did take notes, which I'm glad I did.
Mhm.
And I know how to like pitch it and stuff. So I'm going to keep working on it. But I realized that like fear had totally sidelined me from my project for like a good month, at least a month. At least a month, and then I went on vacation because it was like over a month, of just like.
But listen, people, it's not like she was at home in bed saying, "Woe was me." She kept on living her life and moving. She kept moving, and then she came to this place of wait a minute, I liked my original idea.
Yeah.
And then she made up her mind to do it.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary because I don't like writing.
Mm.
And the thing I don't like about
That's
writing.
a limiting belief.
The thing I don't like about it.
Here we go. What?
Is because with me, it's not something I can force myself to do. It's not like editing, I can edit anything. I can polish a turd all day when it comes to editing. I can take the crappiest footage and make you, here you go. You know what I mean? I am like confident in my editing, but when it comes to writing, I am so like not confident, and I feel like the moonlight has to hit my face at a certain angle, and
when the moon hits your eye like a big
and the wind has to be blowing from the east for me to feel inspired enough to sit down and write something.
Violins have to start playing.
Violins, and it has to be like the mood.
And then you pull out your old-timey typewriter.
My typewriter.
Click, 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 and you...
I
Yep.
used to have a typewriter. Anyway.
Pull it out.
No.
And then you
I
get
won't.
your inspiration.
I won't. But yeah, like I have my inspiration. I have spurts of them. I write my stuff down. And then it's like so much jumble and it's hard to organize, and like my ideas aren't, perfectly formed yet, and I don't know how to express what I have in my head into like a script and into how do I organize this and how do I develop this series and all this. Like I've never done any of this before. And so it's new to me, and it's something that I'm learning to do on the fly.
Sure, sis, you're already winning. Go ahead, ask me why.
Why?
Because you have a pilot written already.
But that means I have to write more. And that's why I stopped, because I was like,
Shaking my
I
head.
have
You
to
see-
write more.
Let me save you from yourself, sis. You got a pilot.
Safety.
So you shoot that.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. Your work has already been laid out for you because you already did it.
I know. The most exciting part for me is casting and working with the actors and then editing. And
Just
so
have to do the pilot.
it's written. I did the hard part. And isn't that the funny thing? Is I did the hardest part and then I stopped. Because I was like looking forward so much to like being done writing that when I finished writing, I was like, this isn't good enough. And I think that was because I entered it into Amazon Studios and it was in a 45-day evaluation period.
Yep.
And then they said, no, we're not accepting, because it was like a $100,000 reward or something for if they accept it, and then they'll develop it for you. And I felt like, oh, great, you're going to make it for me here, And they didn't take it, and I didn't realize that it was that hurt my feelings.
Sure.
You know? And I told my writing partner, Rashim, this. Hi, Rashim, shout out.
Shout out.
Top Dollar Roz, Regular Black, coming out soon. He has an album coming out soon. Lenina's face was like, what the? Hi, Rashim.
Hello.
Okay. So
so
anyway, he was like, well, if I let contests decide if I'm a good writer or not, I wouldn't be writing anymore. And I was like, oh.
Create your own lane.
He like dropped knowledge on me.
Bam.
And I knew that, but like I didn't realize that it bothered me. But it did.
Yeah, we all. I have a true story confession.
Uh-huh.
Right. So before.
Confession.
Right? Before Laura left on vacation. So I went to this event. I'm always going to events. And it was called pitch your business or how to pitch your business, right? And they're like, we're fielding people who want to pitch their business ideas in front of judges and in front of a whole entire audience. And I'm like, well, okay, let me go do that, you know? And so I get to the place, and I didn't sign up beforehand to pitch. And I'm like, hey, I'd like to pitch. And they very graciously allowed me to pitch. And then I was the first person they called. Now, let me set the scene. We're at a bar, Brooklyn Wine Yard in Bed-Stuy, and we have all these high mucky mucks. Really important people.
What's a mucky muck?
A muckety muck is like what do you call that? A big deal. A big deal person.
All right.
Right? And so we have like the managing editor of Black Enterprise.
Oh, fancy people.
We have really big people in tech and startups, like from really huge names, huge, right? And so I get there and I'm like, oh, they give me a mic. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, And I said, okay, and I do my pitch. And then they, literally, as I'm doing the pitch, I can tell I'm losing people, right? Like one of the guys, one of the really big deal people is his name is Anthony Frazier, and he's got something called the Fat Startup, and he is an entrepreneur, a tech entrepreneur, and he's in the industry. He's like in commercials for AT&T and things like that, right?
Wow.
And so like as I'm doing my pitch, I know I lost him in like 2 seconds because he's like on his BlackBerry, on his phone, like checking email, and I'm like, tough motherfucking crowd, right? And so I'm like, okay. And so I finished. Exactly. And so I finished my pitch, and I'm using air quotes because I didn't know what the hell a pitch was. And they're like, oh, yeah, we salute your bravery and courage.
Damn.
Yeah, and this is very difficult, and yeah.
Oh, my God.
And so they're giving me all this great feedback, and I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And so by the time
That's
I
like what
was
they tell
done,
the slow students in school.
Yeah.
Let's all
I'm
give
on
an
the
applause
short
to
bus.
Lenina for trying for her effort.
Exactly. And so I was like, oh man, I feel so small. And so that after I left, I'm like, you know what they say, like if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And I was ignorant as right? And so I'm like, oh, I need to learn how to do this. And so from there, I got invited to join the 30-day startup challenge with Student Dream, and at the same time I'm doing Marie Forleo B School. So the next time I'm in front of important people talking about my business, I will be able to represent to the fullest, and I'll make everybody proud and myself. But that was an important lesson for me to learn that I had work to do.
Yeah.
And that's what
that
I'm
you're
doing.
not perfect already.
No, I had work to do, and I had to go find. It told me what I needed to do. It was like one of those breadcrumbs that the universe leaves you, what to do next.
Yeah.
And boom, it said, Lenina, get your pitch deck ready because you're in the big leagues now.
Pitch deck?
Pitch deck.
What is that?
That's the slideshow you create when you're pitching your business idea to investors.
Oh.
Boom. Your PowerPoint slide.
Your Shark Tank presentation.
Exactly.
I think the lady would pick up Woman of Action.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Shark Tank is next. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Either way, the universe told me to prepare, and that's what I'm doing. I listen. I listen.
Yeah.
So that's my humiliating story for the day.
Aw.
Seriously, when I left, I was like, I'm so small.
Why did they make you go first?
It was probably not coincidental. It was a very valuable lesson for me to learn. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go. I've never done this. I have never heard this done before. You see how I was talking high pitch?
Yeah.
and so, whew, told me,
damn.
Lenina, you need to prepare. I thought of you. I'm like, what would Laura say? She'd probably make fun of me. I'm not telling Laura this story. That's exactly what I said. And I'm like, I'm not ready to tell this story yet.
Aww.
I am now.
You're past it.
Yeah. I took the lesson I needed from it. That's very important.
Yeah. It's important to see the lessons in bad things that happen, or not just negative things, you know. Yeah.
They didn't like my pitch.
Yeah. Like they didn't like my script. Wah wah wah. I know Jim Carrey's like a inspiration of mine, and he's very like into The Secret and all these kind of things, and I've mingled in all that stuff, and I'm into it, but I don't know if it works. And let me tell you why. I tried it. I wrote myself a check from Amazon Studios to Laura, $100,000, which was the award for winning that script thing, and it didn't work.
Okay.
It didn't work.
That's
And
very
so
interesting
The
that you
Secret
say that.
is not real.
I say The Secret works. And I heard something very interesting. I don't remember when, but I think it was Brené Brown who said, well, no, I'm about to mess this up. But either way, I'm going to mess this up, and it's okay.
Hi, Brené.
That the universe answers yes, not yet, and I have something better in mind. Babe, which is not for you. And it's okay.
I know.
No, not
I know.
yet. I have something better in mind.
With that being said, I need cinematographers. I need actors. Actors. Highly skilled.
And emphasis on the tour. And
Tour.
so that way you know this is a highly skilled actor. Not just actor from around the way. It's just an actor.
And I need, you know what I specifically need, which I was not able to find when I did my first casting a while ago?
What you need, tell them. Put it out there.
I need an Asian male who can do a really good Jamaican accent. I need that. And don't come at me with, I could try. No. Like, you need to sound straight out of Allerton Avenue in the Bronx, Jamaican. I need
maybe
that.
that's where you need to go and find your
Maybe I do, but
your Asian
Asian?
Jamaican. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, I should go to the Chinese food restaurant on Allerton Avenue. They would know what a Jamaican accent sounds like. And there's probably someone working there who has dreams of becoming, because aren't a lot of actors like waiters and waitresses? That's like
I've heard that.
the cliche.
in New York City.
Bartenders and
Yeah.
that's the cliche. I gotta go to Allerton Avenue and go to the Chinese food spot. If you know anybody, let me know.
If you know anyone that fits that description, very specific description.
Yes.
Shout out to, you know what?
Shout
drop
out to-
drop us an email at wowwithlenina@gmail.com. How about that? Go ahead. Drop us an email. Send us your headshot. Send us a video of you talking in your Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
And
I'm fine
we
with
wanna see
any
your acting
other,
chops.
like, if it was like a Haitian accent, I could
It's
deal
got-
with that.
You want a West Indian accent?
It's got to be like shocking when you hear him speak. You know what I mean?
Something that does not make sense.
Yes.
My eyes are deceiving me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you hear this voice and then all of a sudden it's like, what? Oh, that's him? Okay. That's what I need.
That shock factor.
Shock factor.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Here's to shocking people, Laura.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
I bought a notebook. It said, everything's connected. And I said, ooh, that's mine.
Shout out to Lakendra, our editor.
God bless you, Lakendra.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. We love you.
You are a queen. A queen. An African queen.
I don't think she's... Is she African?
Girl
Lakendra,
of
where are you
my
from?
dreams.
Where are you from, Lakendra?
I'm reciting a song.
What are you talking about?
I think it's Buju Banton, actually. It's like the lyrics are, you are my African queen, the girl of my dreams. You make my heart go ring-a-ling-a-ling.
Sing it. Sing it.
Okay, here we go. Me, 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 me. You are my African queen, girl of my dreams. You make my heart go ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Wow.
Or something like that.
Lenina's
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
not a good actress or a good singer.
Don't you put me in your limit box, okay? Girl, I will slay a
I got
song
some
at
outtakes
karaoke.
of Lenina that I will be
and
sharing
I will slay
very soon.
any acting scene out there. You just wait to see.
I got
Same.
some outtakes of Lenina to prove that is not true.
It'll only prove that I am very versatile and I'm capable of playing any role That's what it'll prove. You go out there. I dare you. I dare you to share it.
Also, congratulations to Women of Action for winning a Telly Award.
Yay! Follow us on the Facebook,
The Instagram, the Twitter,
the all of that.
our websites,
Our websites.
everything.
Yes.
We've got so many things.
You can find us anywhere. Literally. I'm sure. I'm checked in somewhere. So you can bump into me somewhere and say, hey, Lenina, I saw you check in. I just thought I'd say hello.
You know you're encouraging stalking right now.
It's not stalking if I put it out there.
Okay.
Now, if someone hacked into my Gmail, found my calendar, and waited for me outside of my GYN appointment, that would be troublesome.
Or inside of your GYN appointment.
Right when I'm on the stirrups. Imagine.
Or if you, but I mean, okay, so you check into somewhere and then someone shows up and they're like a stalker.
No.
It's your own damn fault.
No. If I check into somewhere, then I'm being public and I'm inviting other people to join me. I'm just saying. If someone else is there, I'd get offended if I checked in and someone else I knew was there and they didn't come and see me.
I'm saying I don't like checking in because
Right,
it's
not
like
for everybody.
an invitation. Hey, I'm not home. Rob my house, please.
Well, it's not a problem right now because I live in my mommy and daddy's basement. Yeah, well.
I have an attack cat at my house. He's
Named-
tough.
What do you call it?
Hamburglar.
I call the cat burglar because it's funny.
He's tough. He'll rough you up.
He's scrappy.
Scrappy.
He's from the Bronx.
Whoa Podcast is produced by myself, Lenina Mortimer, and Laura Mioli. If you like what you hear, find us and share us on YouTube and Facebook.
Meow.
That's pretty good, man.
Meow.